We keep saying, what makes Farscape Farscape?
Discovery, wonder, romance, and humor.
It's sci-fi and fantasy, to be honest.
The creative choices are much bolder.
Just something that television's never really attempted.
The creatures are much more alien.
This show is huge.
It's just much more out there.
It's an epic television series.
Probably 6 or 7 years ago, we decided that we wanted to try to set up a show that was a big show that sort of showed off all the capabilities of the Henson Company, the Creature Shop, and everything that we can do, and take some of the stuff that we're used to putting in features and put it into a television series, and really do something special. Oh, God! Eventually met Rockne O'Bannon, who had he's created Alien Nation, Sequest, and had very much the right sensibility. And then he created this show and this premise.
The same way that Henson wanted to take the series from a production standpoint in a very unique direction, I thought, how can we take what we've come to know and like so much about science fiction television and Star Trek and Babylon 5 and twist it in another direction and take it someplace from a story standpoint that's significantly different than what we've been seeing. And I think we've done that.
Farscape's main character is someone from our own time, John Crichton.
Hi.
A man from Earth, John Crichton, an astronaut scientist, goes up one day in a one-man module to orbit the Earth.
Now. Roger, Roger. Approaching maximum velocity.
His intention is to conduct an experiment.
Meteorology reports some kind of electromagnetic wave.
At the crucial moment of the experiment, an error occurs, and he's suddenly catapulted through a wormhole, a shortcut, if you will, through time and space, and he ends up essentially on the other side of the universe. Once there, he meets and boards a ship of very unusual characters, which are right out of the Jim Henson Creature Shop imagination.
Georgia! Can't understand. We've done it. We've escaped.
He comes from this place where he grew up. He watched E.T., and he probably has in his head, he has this idea of what it is to meet an alien. And suddenly you have a modern-day human thrown into this situation where he's in an alien world. And it's nothing like what's on TV.
Boy, was Spielberg ever wrong. Close Encounters my ass.
Talk about your American abroad. You know, he can't even get McDonald's at this end of the universe.
It's time for us to eat.
Eat what?
He spends a lot of time figuring out what's going on around him, and then getting knocked down and getting dragged around, and then he pops back up and comes up with an idea to save his butt.
This particle analyzer is defective. It's Peacekeeper technology. You use it.
Techs use them, not infantry.
Yeah. The pilot said you press this, this, and this. Well, it's just like a VCR, except easier.
The cast is composed of 5 or 6 core members, depending on how you count them, because some of them are human and some of them are not.
Greetings. I am Pauzota Zen. This is John Crichton, Aaron Sun, and His Eminence, Domina Rigel the 16th.
Rigel is such a naughty, wicked little devil, bitter and twisted and unique, funny.
Miserable and all the more self-important and pompous and arrogant. And he's also a little bit like a politician because you never know quite what he's saying, if what he's saying is the truth. So you always feel like you have to be careful with him and you have to be on your guard with him.
Don't you know this is an act of war? When my council hears of this, the Hynerian Navy will scorch this hellhole. That should get him thinking.
I saw some dailies recently of me doing a scene with Rigel. And I look as if I was expecting an answer from this puppet, and I got one, and I just thought it was really funny watching me talking to something that wasn't actually real. And I know John Nicholson will be very upset with me for saying that, but he is a puppet. He's not real, Rigel.
Oh, leave me alone. I don't feel well at all.
Quit complaining. You're lucky to be alive.
Well, I'm bury that.
I did the best that I could, and it wasn't in my training, you know.
Peacekeepers are trained only to kill.
So don't forget that this peacekeeper just saved your life.
Oh.
John Eccleston, Rigel's main puppeteer, generally works at floor level.
20. There was a time.
He views his performance through a live camera feed to a monitor. John's left hand holds a joystick attached to a belt around his waist, which gives him mastery of all the lip and mouth shapes. Another puppeteer operates the remote-controlled elements of the face.
20 barrels of fluid. There was a time when you would have been disemboweled with a dull lesson spade for such an insult to me. 35.
While Rigel may be the smallest of the Farscape crew, Moya is without a doubt the largest.
I hate Starburst.
Moya is their ship. She's from a species called the Leviathans. Essentially, she's a giant space whale.
Canaveral, Dad, DK, I'm being pulled.
Moya is a biomechanoid, which means she's a living ship.
You've been aboard Moya longer than anyone else except pilot.
Your point being?
You know her sounds and her rhythms. Just stop and listen to her for a moment.
All right. Moya sounds fine.
Does she? Not to me. Something feels out of balance.
The people who built her, the builders, were able to instill in her race the ability to reproduce.
What's great is the shapes they're all very organic shapes, and then the detailing and the textures are not organic. Ricky Ayers did all the production design and sort of captured that.
If you look all the way from what Moya's transport pod is right the way through to the tables in the maintenance bay or the galley stuff, I think you'll see that there's a geometry, a structure that's actually follows through, whether it be 1,000 feet long or 3 feet long.
It's not like you're walking through the intestine of a being, but it definitely has a definite organic feel to it.
Moya, I will take your pain.
Moya can only communicate directly with the crew through pilot.
Pilot is a different race completely, but he is now grown into the ship. They're inseparable.
A ship in the transport hangar.
His personality is not particularly great for his job. He's a little quick to panic. He's overworked and harassed, and yet they're stuck with him because he's the one that's grown into the ship.
Pilot actually lives. Pilot is the most exciting character in that it's the most remarkable puppet, and that you can stand there and look at Pilot and talk to Pilot. He just comes alive.
The puppet is made up of a complex animatronic head, which is remote controlled.
Weapons fire on board. Weapons fire. What? Moya's neural links are being badly affected by the heat. Weapons fire on board.
A puppeteer controls each of his 4 arms, while a performer sits inside to twist and rotate the body.
character that is the most angst-ridden. He's the great worrier of this piece, a bit like the producer of the show.
Weapons fire on board.
Weapons fire?
What? Moya's neural links are being badly affected by the heat, but I believe it came from the maintenance bay. I'm picking up 5 unidentified life forms and a ship in the transport hangar. The Marauder.
Dargo is a wonderful character to play because he's gruff, but he's like an adolescent warrior. He wants to be the strongest, best tactician fighter in the whole galaxy, but actually his inexperience shows through quite a lot of the time. So it makes him quite three-dimensional. He's not just the blasting warrior, he's not just the incompetent person. He's a person who's 18, 19, if he was an Earthling, just learning what his competencies are, and he's not quite there yet. No, I'm giving the orders now.
Dargo, just listen! He's not good at listening, is he?
He can't stand the fact that Zan is always trying to pacify him, because in his mind, to be superior is to be aggressive.
Let go of me.
Dargo.
The ship needs a leader, and none of you have what it takes. From now on, I am in charge. Never lay your hands on me again. I went to London, and they did a live cast, and from that we worked out how we could fit all this onto my body.
Oh my God.
His body is already covered in slow-drying plaster of Paris. Now another substance, dental alginate, is applied to the face. This is normally used for making dental casts and is extremely quick-drying.
Got a big smile on his face now.
The constant chatter from the boys in the mold shop helps to keep the patient calm while in his plaster prison.
Last stage, 5 more minutes. Well, the head comes off.
5 more minutes? I said 2 minutes ago. It's a James Bond minute.
Well, it's good cop, bad cop. When it does come off though, the mask, it will be very bright. Okay, it'll be like, almost like flash bulbs going off, so your eyes are getting used to the dark. So just be aware of that.
Using a photographic analogy, this cast is a negative from which any number of positives can be made. Anthony's body can then be cast whole in fiberglass. After initial conceptual designs and prototype sculpts such as these, the final Dargo sculpt is arrived at.
It takes a couple of hours to put on, different chin pieces and face pieces, and also there's a bodysuit that goes down to here because otherwise we'd have a very human neck. I've got a balaclava that fits over my head, then a helmet that sits on top of that, and then this piece here, which is a separate piece from this piece, where's the join, sits on top of that helmet there.
I don't think that would actually touch. That would actually go on.
I'm actually a 6'6" dorky guy with long blonde hair. Even though there's all these things on top of me, I'm still very much in control of eyebrow movement. You still get all the same facial subtleties that you get out of a normal human face. No matter what the others say, I see you and me together.
Dargo, tell me. Let me help you. Who is Lolan?
As soon as you get a locked off mask, which you do get in lots of prosthetic work, then you really lose a sense of that character being real if you don't get all the subtleties of emotion and mood and psychological change that the face portrays.
Unlike Dargo, Zahn only requires a small amount of prosthetic work on her ears. This doesn't mean Virginia Hay spends any less time in preparation. Her face and body paint can take up to 3 hours to apply each morning.
She's a very highly evolved spiritual being, and as a result she tackles conflict in a different way to most mere mortals, if you like. She doesn't agree that violence is the solution. She'll always try and tackle something via the most peaceful method, you know, talking it through, trying to reason with people.
Oh, here you go.
Quite respectable for your age. Did you think you'd shock me? Is nudity a taboo in your culture? Are you ashamed of your bodies?
Yeah, we would be if we looked like you.
I doubt it.
She's like a central point that she pacifies everyone and ties everybody together, if you like.
I think she's got a great handle on Dargo, and she really knows how to put him in his place and when. Because often when he's off blustering, trying to take over, she's actually the one who can come along and go, look, settle down, Dargo, there's actually another way to go here.
How old are you?
30 cycles.
Oh, you are but a boy.
I am not. I am a Luxon warrior. I have seen 2 battle campaigns.
Only 2.
A creature workshop was specially set up at the Fox Studios. It was populated by a mixture of UK and Australian experts. This shop is responsible for building the many different aliens that appear from episode to episode.
When the writers saw this character, they liked it so much that they wrote a show around it. So we're now currently rebuilding it and making it more sophisticated.
Prepare to attack!
This is one of the DRDs. And it's like a little mechanical droid that sort of looks after Moya and scurries around and sort of repairs things when they break.
Was that necessary?
It felt good. Give me navigation now.
This is a mechanical tentacle that's being built for a character called Jarbo. We really don't see much of him. He's kind of just a shadow in the background in a cage, and he's sharing a cell with Rigel in one of the episodes.
Is there a problem?
Whichever way they move the control, so this thing follows.
Hey, tentacles off! Tentacles off! What do you think you're doing? It was unwanted by you. Doesn't mean you can have it.
But enough of aliens. Isn't there another human, apart from John Crichton, on board Moya?
What is your rank and regiment? She is human in appearance, but she's comes from a different race and a different galaxy completely.
Where are you from?
He claims to be a human from a planet called Earth. So it's extraordinary when she comes into contact with John Crichton because she just doesn't understand him at
We know
all.
almost nothing about the tabloids.
Tablex.
Whatever. We do know that they will pay us to haul cargo, which they're not going to do if you go in there doing your John Wayne impression.
John Wayne, who's that? A relative?
John Wayne? Oh, it's the big guy. True Grit, the Searchers, the Cowboys, Genghis Khan. Oh, no, look, forget about Genghis Khan. Everybody makes a bad movie. But the point isn't...
No, the point is I'm not going to meet that shuttle unarmed. Simple as that. She probably finds him devastatingly handsome, but she's not very happy about that concept at all.
Kung Fu. Kung Fu never carried a gun.
He complains. Ben complains and says that I hit him harder than anybody, and it's not fair. Now let's go.
No, absolutely not. There are other things that we can do. We can try negotiating with the tabloids. We can...
Lex. Because the stunt double's far more brutal with him than I'll ever be. But he likes to give me a hard time about that.
Next time you hit me, make sure that I don't wake up. Oh, don't me. This is not over with. And when it is, you and I are going to sit down and have a serious talk.
Sure. When this is over, you and I will probably be dead.
When we first saw her audition, we thought, that's not what we imagined. It was sort of thought that, that's not really what we saw. And then you watch her for 10 seconds and you can't stop.
She gives me a Woody. Woody. It's a human saying. I've heard you say it often. When you don't trust someone or they make you nervous, they give you...
Willies. She gives you the willies.
I think she's kind of like a contemporary Emma Peel in a way. funky, groovy chick. I call her Cyberspice now. That's really who she is.
So, apart from confused humans, an anarchist priestess, living spaceships, teenage warriors, paranoid pilots, angry aliens, and female commandos dressed head to toe in black leather, what sets Farscape apart from anything else on television?
It's the choices. It's Rigel. You wouldn't find Rigel in any other television show.
Rigel now.
Crichton.
Now, Rigel.
Crichton.
Rigel now. Now, Rigel!
Take them!
The whole thing has an alienness, a daringness that you don't see on television. You see in features. You know, every year there's probably 1 or 2 features that are this bold, but you don't see it on television, and that's sort of what we were always trying to do.
Brian and I would joke, oh, we're doing the film today, because we have so many setups. We have CGI, we have split screen shots, we've got creatures coming in, we've got the puppeteers all over the floor, and you go, my gosh, this is overwhelming.
This show, to me, has the scale and the look and the aspirations to really be an example of what I think entertainment in the 21st century is going to become.
It's overwhelming to be at the center of it.
All I've ever wanted to do in my life is fly in a spaceship. I'm flying a spaceship every day. Life is good.